This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy, but with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You know, you're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me, whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Across Native communities, tradition and connection guide every step. Make voting a tradition, or MVAT, celebrates that spirit, helping generations come together to shape the future of Native communities. MVAT has empowered Native American communities by bringing friends and families together to talk about important issues and sharing helpful information about how and where to vote. By learning from each other and leaning on trusted relationships, MVAT helps Native communities feel confident in voting and making their choices heard. Voting is more than a right. It's a way to protect the needs of your community and have a say in the future. MVAT has been helping Native communities across the state for 9 years, creating stronger, more engaged communities every election. Vote together, stand together. Explore a fact sheet that explains some of the elected offices on the ballot and why they matter to you, your family, and your community at makevotingatradition.org. That's makevotingatradition.org.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, rain expected very late with a low of 45. Then on Tuesday, rain continues with a high of 52. Nightingale is your cozy, comfortable neighborhood bar and restaurant at 26th and Lyndale in Minneapolis. Come in for the famous Nightingale burger or the ginger tamari chicken wings. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalempls.com.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be indigenous.
They are going to become more brutal.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more regressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake.
Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Kadagi, to all my friends and relatives in 4 directions, you are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events, and as you know, Wendy, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues. Hey, Wendy, thanks for coming in. I have Dr. Stately on in a little bit. Let me see. Can you mute? There you go. That was my bad. Hey, we're going to have Dr. Stately on in a little bit. And I asked you to come on, and we're talking about some events that are happening. And I just want to buzz through these first couple of events, and then let's talk about Southdale after that, if you don't care.
Go ahead.
So, hey, on November 1st, the gathering of our children and returning adoptees powwow is happening at American Indian Center November 1st. Grand entries at 1 o'clock. And if you're an adoptee or a birth mother, there's some things happening at 10 a.m. So come on early, and any family member, come on early. The powwow is grand entries at 1. And then the ceremony's at 3. It's a really, Wendy, it's really heavy duty.
Yeah, and this is a really important one for you, Robert.
Yeah.
The adoption powwow.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. You know,
Yeah.
being an adoptee, and
Mhm.
Sandy Whitehawk has run this thing. This is the 19th, so next year's going to be
Wow.
the 20th.
Oh my gosh.
And there's a documentary on her called Blood Memory, and she
Yeah.
wrote a book too. And so it's just amazing. And let me
Mhm.
buzz through these other things
Yeah.
too, because we're partnering with Minneapolis Institute of Art, and on November 6th, we're having Rihanna Yazi's film Winter Love. And then November 23rd at the Minneapolis Institute of Art, we have Ajawak's going to be there with his movie Indian Horse, which was a real big movie. And it'll be great to see everyone there and watch the movie and
Mhm.
ask questions afterwards with both Rihanna and Ajawak. And then Smoke Signals on the 29th, and that's at 2 p.m. And again, Ajwak's movie Indian Horse is at 2 p.m. too. But Rihanna's, which is on the 6th, is going to be at 7.
Mhm.
And what's really cool is it's free.
That's amazing at the
I can afford that.
Minneapolis Institute of Art.
Yeah, definitely.
Mia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what they
exactly.
yeah, that's how they're branding their name, Mia,
I know.
M-I-A, Mia.
So maybe we should be called Native
Oh,
or Roots.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But hey, I want the big things happening right now, and I know we over the years we've had the market at Dayton's,
Mhm.
and
We are having the market this year
still
at Dayton's, yes.
right, and
Downtown
then
Minneapolis.
and you've been a big part of that. I remember the first year we were there all night setting it up because we
Yeah.
had the whole room.
Yeah.
People forget about that. We had the whole room and a lot of artists, and it was awesome. And then now, 5 years later,
Mhm.
Mitch and her crew have expanded, and
Hundreds of kiosks.
yeah,
Really beautiful stuff at Dayton's downtown. That's I don't know the dates, but it's it's
yeah,
like Thanksgiving through Christmas.
it's a 20th, and I think theirs lasts a little longer than
Oh,
Southdale. I think it's
okay.
a week after Christmas,
Mhm.
so you can return those gifts from the vendors. But hey, Wendy's going to have her art out at
Yeah, this is the first time at Southdale Mall in Edina, November 20th through December 24th. So the art that I've been doing over the last since 2022, I'm getting prints made, canvas prints, different sizes. I'm getting smaller prints, 8x10s that are matted into 11x14s. We're gonna have a lot of greeting cards that are actually the art that
yeah,
I've made, and most of the art that I have, not all of it, but most of it is sacred animals that I
yes,
talk about. So
yes,
it's the pig, the chicken, the sheep,
yeah,
and the cow. I have a really beautiful horse that I'm really proud of
yes,
that I worked on. A really interesting kind of abstract, kind of artsy bison that I worked on.
hmm
I did some dabbling with pencil and watercolors, and those will also be frameable art that you could come on and buy. And yeah, it's going to be down there. And we're also going to have some Leech Lake wild rice
yes.
also. And I'm going to
We run
just,
out every
I
year
know, and
at
I'm just going to
Dayton's.
say one thing, that each bag's 50 bags. I
Oh
did
yeah,
my artwork on each bag by hand, and
it's frameable.
it says Leech Lake wild rice with a rice stalk, and underneath it says hand harvested, which it is. So we'll have that too. Southdale Mall, Edina, November 20th through December 24th. I'm excited. It's the first time. I'm kind of nervous too. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Putting your art out there is
yeah,
kind of hard.
it
It's kind of
is.
being naked and
Yeah, totally. And
you know.
art is so subjective, it's just, 500 people can walk by a piece of art and, maybe one person would say, I have to have that in my home. So
Mhm.
it's really hard, to sell stuff. But you know what? We're kind of doing it for the adventure,
Yeah.
not to, definitely not going to get rich over this. What do they call
No.
this? The starving artist? That's The old saying, right? The starving artist.
That's
So,
why I'm still working, right?
exactly, Robert. You have to keep working because I am a starving artist.
Exactly. Hey, Wendy, do you want to hang on? We're a couple minutes here.
Yeah.
We've got Dr. Stately in the bullpen here, and I know he's always got something to say. So let's got Dr. Stately from Native American Community Clinic on. Good to see you, Dr. Stately. Wendy's art is going to be on display.
I know. I saw that. I heard that. I just took note. I put it in my calendar.
Yeah,
So,
and for sale. So,
I'm gonna
yeah.
get I'm gonna get one of those bags of rice.
Yes.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
I got one for you. Don't worry about that. Just drop it by with
That's so
one of the
cool.
reefs.
I was laughing. You could probably see me backstage. I was laughing when you were having the conversation about her being a starving artist. That's why you have to work.
That's not true. Well, as you know, Wendy was a pharmacist for many years, and
I was gonna
his-
say. I thought she was the breadwinner.
she was. Now I have to pick it up, so it's like
You switched.
Now
been a-
you're
it's
the
been a
bread maker.
struggle.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I got some
You're like
rice for you.
like Arlene with your fry bread. Let's rip it in
Oh
half.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I don't know. Did you hear that we're doing some work? Native Roots Media is doing some work with Minneapolis Institute of Art, and we're having
That's exciting.
Ajwak's meeting there, and also movie, and also Rihanna Yazi's movie will be there. And what's really cool, and then they're going to show Smoke Signals too at the 29th of November.
That's fun.
So it's going to be fun.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. You have to publish all that information on your website and your thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm
Well,
going on Saturday to the mural, the opening of the High Lake mural. Do you know about that?
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit about that.
The reason I know about it is because my niece Natchez was one of the artists that was involved in it. But I went there; she was finishing up, doing some finishing touches on it last Saturday, I think. So I went and kind of hung out with her, and it's beautiful. It's breathtakingly beautiful. I was like literally shocked. It was really beautiful. I remember seeing parts of it in her studio. She was doing like the AIM logo. A few other things she had like showed me designs and drawings of, and I was like, oh, this is really lovely. But it's like a multi artist mural in the underpass on High Lake Street in Hiawatha, that interchange there.
Yeah.
And it's just incredibly gorgeous. It's beautiful. I was like so not because she's my niece, but because I was just stunned at the beauty of the mural, and so proud of her too. Just because, my mother, her grandmother, would have been really, really proud of her. So,
well, it's amazing. Hey, Dr. Stately, we got to take a quick break. Wendy, this is Native Roots Radio, and we'll be right back.
Stay with us.
Across Native communities, tradition and connection guide every step. Make voting a tradition, or MVAT honors that spirit, helping generations come together to shape the future of Native communities. By learning from each other and sharing knowledge through trusted relationships, MVAT helps build trust and make sure Native voices are heard. Voting is more than a right. It's a way to protect the needs of your community and build the future you want. Vote together, stand together, learn more at makevotingatradition.org.
The Minneapolis Police Department is hiring, and we're looking for people ready to lead, serve, and reflect the communities we protect.
Whether you're a new graduate, changing careers, or already in law enforcement, there's a path for you to join our department.
With top-tier pay, full benefits, paid training, and a direct path to making a difference, this is more than a job. This is your chance to shape the future of Minneapolis Police.
Choose service. Choose leadership. Choose Minneapolis. Visit our city website to learn more.
A reminder to anyone who rides Metro buses. That means the A, B, C, D, gold, orange, or red lines. Remember to pay your fare before you get on. Either buy a ticket at your station's ticket machine, tap your go-to card, or pass to the reader at the station, or activate a ticket on the Metro Transit app. Have your proof of payment ready to show to trip agents if asked, or risk getting a citation. Thank you for your continued riding with Metro Transit.
All My Relations Arts presents Matrilineal Memory by hobby artist Michaela Schaefer. This powerful exhibition blends painting, poetry, and installations, inviting reflections on memory, culture, and healing. Join us for the opening reception Thursday, October 16th, 6 to 8 p.m. at All My Relations Arts on Franklin Avenue in Minneapolis. Matrilineal Memory runs October 16th through December 13th. Experience the unveiling of an exhibition that speaks to the heart. Learn more at allmyrelationsarts.org.
I'm Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, and I want to be your next United States Senator, and you are listening to Native Roots Radio.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. We are here with Dr. Stately, and Wendy's staying on, too. It's like the olden days when we all used to, when I forced Wendy to be on every day, Dr. Stately, and then we went to therapy.
I haven't seen Dr. Stately in a long time. I just want to sit back and listen to all the great stuff he has to say.
That's easy for you to say.
Thank you. You're sweet. Thank you. It is like the olden days. Jeez.
Yeah.
And the days of covered wagons going all the way back. Just kidding.
Well, hey, let's talk about now. When is the open? There's an opening of her art, and let's finish up on that thought. And
it's a public viewing and kind of opening. Like I guess I don't know, what would you call it? Like a just a ceremonial thing underneath the underpass at Lake Street in Hiawatha. Yeah, I should probably do a better job of showing it. Like, what's really cool is that's actually her daughter. That's a picture of her daughter that she put on there.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
So,
my niece, that is cool.
Yeah.
That is very cool. Well, Dr. Stately, you're well connected. You have a lot of good relatives here in the community, and I've had some of them as students, and we've seen some of them grow up and become firemen, fire people. It's amazing to watch this, and I guess that's part of getting old. The good part.
Yeah, my nephew Chaske and his girlfriend Maddie just had their baby girl.
What?
Yesterday?
They did?
Oh my gosh!
I gotta send out.
Congratulations! What did they have?
A girl.
They had a baby girl. Yeah, she's really. Yeah, haven't gotten a chance to see her yet, but they sent out announcements and pictures this morning. So.
I guess I don't, right? I'm gonna have to give Barry.
Well, you're gonna have to get on Barry about that, but.
I'll message him after the show and go, when, because I thought it was the 31st she was due, and I was like, when is
she was due. Yeah, she was due at this Friday, but baby has his own mind, her own mind.
That's right. But, oh my God, we know that. We had 14, 15-month-old babies over here. Yeah. We had one of them today.
Today we had one today.
Yeah, nice. She was only like 4 days early.
Oh.
I was telling my nephew Chaske, I was like, I'm gonna pray that she comes on October 3rd so she can be named like Antony or Antony. That was the one I didn't know what the sex of the baby was. I like the name Antony or Antonia. And he was.
Oh, Antonia is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right.
So what is her name, if you don't mind, or if you don't want to say it on the air, that's okay too. Maybe not.
Well, we don't have to.
He gave her a Dakota name, so they gave her a Dakota name. Where is it? Oh, he has it here. Oh, okay. I'm gonna mess it up, I'm sure.
Oh.
But yeah, what I love, he did tell me the name the other day, and he told me what it meant, and I forgot already. But this was like a week ago when I talked to him before the baby was born. Ichahape who? Myrna Henry. So her middle name is Myrna, which is his grandmother's name. His grandmother's mother, so his great grandmother's name is Myrna Henry.
Wow.
Myrna Zephyr, actually. So he's named her after his great grandma, which is lovely and beautiful. And she is gorgeous. I don't know if you can see the picture of her or not. She's like,
Adorable.
Just to let
Yeah.
everybody know too, we're on YouTube and Facebook Live and Blue Sky. So if you're missing out and you're not driving in your car, you can watch us on those
Yeah.
formats.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and I'm excited for my my brother, who's now a great grandfather, and
Whoa,
Wow.
yeah,
that's
and
great.
I'm a great uncle, so I'm kind of a great grandpa too. But
Well, I heard
really
you were kind
exciting.
of a good one, not a great one.
I'm actually pretty remarkable, actually. If you, I'm just kidding. When it comes to being an uncle or a grandpa, I try to be like a good one, generous one, and you know, my kids get mad at me. They're like, you love so and so more than us." I'm like, because I bought them one thing, I buy you millions of things. But
Yes.
yeah, I'm happy. My son's older sister, I think I told you this about a month ago, had her twin baby girls.
Oh,
So we're looking forward to going back to Crow Creek to see them for Thanksgiving. We haven't done that for a few years. We haven't done that really since like the first year of the pandemic, I think.
mm,
Things just shift and change. The pandemic sort of
yeah,
kind of messed everybody's cadence of their life up, I think, for a while. But
yeah.
before that, we would go back every year for Thanksgiving to Crow Creek, and we would um, we would see their family, their grandma and their sisters, and just spend time with family there, back at their Dakota home. Um, well, this is their homeland, but they go back and see their Dakota family. And then, and one of the things I loved about that was that, two things. One is that on Thanksgiving, we were spending time with their family. And I think I told you this as well. And that we adopted my partner and I adopted our sons, our twin boys, from their mother, who was my partner's first cousin, and she passed away on Thanksgiving Day, the year they were born.
Mm,
And so it's kind of always been a bittersweet thing, but
mhm.
I'm really excited to go back and make this a different experience where we're going back and we're celebrating life and we're celebrating the new babies, and I can't wait to hold them. And I told people, I was like, oh, it's like being a grandpa because I'm going to spoil the hell out of them. So,
Mhm.
Cute.
That's nice.
Oh.
Our grandson is pretty heavy, so my shoulders. I think of my grandsons all week, even when I don't see him, because my shoulders are burning.
oh wow, are you carrying them up there, or what are you doing with
He's a
that?
big boy. No, just lifting him like from the ground up.
Oh,
It's a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
He's like 98
they're
percentile
how
or
old are
something
they
like that.
now?
They're 15 months.
15 months. Okay,
Yeah.
and they're running
Yeah.
around.
They're running
Uh-huh.
around. Yes,
Yeah.
they're running around and they're getting into everything and
The good thing is little
Nice.
Bobby thinks I'm funny, and I appreciate a good audience, as you know.
Yeah, he'll come to his senses at some point.
oh, he definitely prefers Robert over me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like I said, he'll come to his senses later.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
He might be 8 or 9 years old before he figures out that Wendy's the gift giver, and I'm just like, oh yeah, sign my name on that.
That's funny. That's funny. So one of the things I was going to tell you, and I forgot to text you this, and I just remembered, like
Mm.
at some point earlier, like maybe a few hours ago. I think earlier, like I mentioned it last night to my sons, and I forgot all about it, and I remembered like maybe a few hours ago. But I turned 40 years sober today, October 27th, and
Wow.
you turned 40, I think last month. So like, are we like a month or two
November
apart?
9th.
November
I'm
9th. Oh,
November
okay.
9th.
November 9th.
Oh, okay. Nice. So
Oh,
I'm hot on your heels.
yeah.
Wow.
I used to tell this lady who was sober in December
Hmm.
that when I'd get my medallion, I would say she kept me sober another year because I never wanted her to have more sobriety than me.
That's a good.
Wow, that's good. Congratulations. That's really
Thank you.
amazing and really
Yeah,
something. Really it is. It's really a miracle.
it
It
is.
really
It
is a
was, it
miracle.
is a
Yeah.
miracle. I was telling my sons about it, and I said, like, And I don't know. I think I told you this. I don't know if I told you this. So the niece that did the mural, we were in Florida together like in August,
Mm-hmm.
because we went down there to see my other niece, Calusa, who is in the process of dealing with colon cancer. She was. We went down there to visit her and spend time with her. We brought her medicines and spend some time with family and just to try to do all the things to support her. But when we were at that, we had an Airbnb and it had a poolside, pool, an outside pool right outside the back door, and it was a block from the beach or a couple. But one night we were sitting out, and I said, "Oh, what is this? Cut water? I think it's cut water." I thought I grabbed it and took a drink of it because I thought it was just like bubbly water, like a bubbly. And I took a big old swig of it, and then like literally my head was like, I was like, "What is this? Did you?" Because she said, "Oh yeah, I should try it." And I said, and I tried it, and I didn't realize it had alcohol in it. It doesn't say it in big letters on the can, alcoholic beverage. So
Yeah.
I was like, but I had this feeling like my head was like burning, like I had this burning feeling in my head, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And so then I teased her. I was like, "Well, I was almost 40 years sober until today."
Yeah. It's time. It's time to at the races there.
Right.
Yeah, we could talk over and over about accidentally drinking other people's drinks and going, you know what? This has alcohol in it. I remember an elder bought us some drinks, and I told her I don't drink, and we all had them, and it was like we clinked their glasses like it was alcohol. I had to sip, and I went, "This has alcohol in it."
I know. I was teasing her. I said, "You should really tell people that something has alcohol in it before you let."
Yeah.
No doubt. Well, hey, more fun with Dr. Saley and some updates. This is Native Roots Radio, Wendy.
Stay with us.
Are you a Metro Transit rider? Join the free Riders Club and let your voice be heard. Our motto is Transit Voices United, and when you become a member, you'll participate more closely in decision-making, plus earn the opportunity for exclusive merchandise at Metro Transit events. Help improve your transit system. We value your opinion. Join at metrotransit.org/Riders Club and start being rewarded today. That's the Riders Club at metrotransit.org/Riders Club.
Minnesotans age 65 plus might qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. The easy all-in-one plan includes personal support, coverage for medical, prescription drugs, and dental, plus many extra benefits. Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
A reminder to anyone who rides Metro buses. That means the A, B, C, D, gold, orange, or red lines. Remember to pay your fare before you get on. Either buy a ticket at your station's ticket machine, tap your go-to card, or pass to the reader at the station, or activate a ticket on the Metro Transit app. Have your proof of payment ready to show to trip agents if asked, or risk getting a citation. Thank you for your continued riding with Metro Transit.
When was the last time you had your roof inspected for extreme weather and hail damage? This is Chad, owner of AM 950, to talk about the exterior construction company I trust, Snap Construction. If you've noticed new roofing projects in your neighborhood, your home was likely hit by hail last summer and experienced damage. Snap Construction is helping homeowners like you, and they're the roofing specialists I trust. They are the most well-reviewed contractor in the Twin Cities and have a ton of positive customer reviews from homeowners just like you. Even better, Snap Construction's installations are backed by a lifetime warranty, so you know you're dealing with a qualified roofing expert. You want to work with a company that will be here for a long time after the work is done. Snap Construction has handled thousands of claims and will help you through the process. Do yourself a favor and get a free roofing inspection so you have the facts and peace of mind you deserve. Call Snap Construction today at 612-333-SNAP. That's 612-333-SNAP, or visit snapconstruction.com.
We've all seen the effects of wood smoke pollution this year, so before hosting that backyard bonfire, follow these simple tips to protect yourself, others, and the environment. Remember to give your neighbors a heads up before building a fire so those who find wood smoke bothersome can close their windows. Make sure to never burn wet or recently cut wood, other yard waste, plastic, or garbage. These things can be toxic when burned and create excess smoke. For more tips on how to burn responsibly, visit epa.gov/burnwise. With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, rain expected very late with a low of 45. Then on Tuesday, rain continues with a high of 52. Celebrate Minnesota music legend Paul Metz's 70th birthday with a special benefit for AM 950 this Sunday at the Astor House in Minneapolis. The show starts at 7 p.m. Get your tickets at am950radio.com.
AM 950 KTN up, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Oh, this is Dallas Goldtooth, and you're listening to the Native Roots Radio. Hoka, hicha, wecha.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Hey, Wendy, can you give us a old school, like the old days when I forced you to be on the show every day? Didn't you used to do this portion's brought to you by or supported by?
Sure. This portion
you can
of,
just make one
well,
up.
This
make it up for
portion of the
Saltdale or
show
something.
is brought to you by the Native American Community Clinic in Minneapolis, honoring health and tradition.
Ooh, that was good. That was off the top of your head. I always like that tagline. Hey, and we have Dr. Stately with us. And again, we do not want to minimize your accomplishment of 40 years of continuous sobriety, which is huge. And I've, in the last few years, when I get my medallion, I always thank my family. I thank the creator. And then I thank myself because I was a big part of it. And I have to remember that, you know, we'd probably be dead if we didn't do some certain things. So congratulations again, Dr. Stately.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have been dead probably if I hadn't gotten sober. I was like, had already like burned up some, you know, like a cat with 9 lives. I think I was on my 10th.
Yeah, and then you did a geographical cure. You moved to California right when you sobered up, right? Isn't that how your story is?
Yeah, I moved to California, and I think a big part of that was because I was so you know, I was 23 when I got clean. I was like very young. But I had started drinking. I think I started trying it when I was 11. I think by the time I was maybe 13, like the year I started high school, I was probably pretty actively, you know, drinking with friends and going to parties and drinking with my brothers and sisters and their older friends. So it's pretty like, you know, the first time I tried to get clean was when I think I was about 17, maybe 18 years old. So like for a good 5 years between the time I was 18 to 23, I was actively trying to quit. And you know, I was gonna make a post on my Facebook page, and I just got busy last night with, like, you know, life and being a dad, cleaning up the kitchen, shutting down the kitchen at 12:30. You know, and then they're like, then they come in and they want me to make them some snacks before they go to bed. And, you know, the whole thing. So I just forgot.
I wish you lived closer because I'd love to be a neighbor and stop by for some snacks.
My mother would have told me, help, you know where the kitchen is and you know where the refrigerator is and you have a door to open up the refrigerated door. That's what I would have said. That's what my mother would have said to me.
That's probably, I mean, I have said that to them. I'm like, you know how to do it, like fry an egg? Go fry an egg. It's like, oh, I want some taco meat. You know, like, they're just like, you know, you know, this generation of teenagers is like a whiny bunch. That's just my opinion. Like a whiny bunch. Really a whiny bunch. But I was like doing that, so then I forgot. But I was thinking like, oh, what would I say on my post? Like, 40 years ago today, I wrapped my car around a light pole on 29th and Lyndale, which is like I barely survived that
Mm.
car accident. And I woke up in the hospital the next day, and I think I told you the story before. Like I could hear an actual voice when I woke up out of my stupor. Like I heard this voice say, like, if you drink again, you're gonna die. And I
Mm.
turned and looked because it sounded like an actual person standing behind me. So I was looking and there was nobody there. And then a couple minutes later, my mom and my sister walked through the door of my room, my hospital room. And my mom took one look at me. I was kind of all busted up and my car was a mess.
Mm.
And she had seen the condition of the car. So I think she knew how
Mm.
lucky I was to be alive. And seeing me in that condition, she just kind of fell to her knees and started crying. And I was like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then my sister was like, "You're killing our mother. I hope you know." And I was like,
Oh.
and I was like, how they say in AA, like I remember like when I was much younger, I would hear them people say like, you have to want this for yourself, gotta do this for
Mhm.
yourself, and I think that that's probably true. But I think at that point in my life, I really couldn't want it for myself. I that voice that spoke to me
Mhm.
was shocking, and then the experience of seeing my mom and her pain, and I
Mm.
stopped that day. I never picked up a drink ever again. And
Wow.
it was like, I could see what I was doing to my mom and the harm I was causing and hurting her and hurting my family, and I didn't want to do that anymore. And I just prayed for the strength. I put out tobacco and thanked Creator for. I think I told you that I asked my sister to go and get the stuff from my car, um,
Mm.
and whatever I had left in the car. And she came back and she said the only thing that was in your car was a bunch of beer cans and this braid of sage that was sitting in the back of your car in the rear view.
Oh.
And so ever since that time, I've always kept either sweetgrass or sage in my car, like it's in the front
Yeah.
dash. Right now, I have some
Mhm.
legal feathers there too, but I've done that ever since I got clean and sober, and I've had a car. Every single time I would carry medicines with me in the car because I wanted that protection. But
Yeah.
I moved to California at 23 years old with no job, no money, $100 in my pocket. I sold everything I had for a plane ticket
Mm.
and moved there mostly because I looked around my community and my family and my all of my friends, everybody I knew at that point in my life. What we typically do as alcoholics or drug addicts is we, you know, our fortress is all of the people around us that look exactly like us, right? So we
Or a little
can
worse.
normalize,
Or a little
yeah, or a little,
worse.
we can normalize what we're doing, right? And that I looked
Yes.
around and I was like, everybody I knew drank and used drugs. Like one of the last times I remember driving some friends of mine to like the saloon, and I was like, they're shooting up in my back seat, and I was like, I
Yeah.
had this moment of clarity. Was like, I am
Mm.
going to die if I stay here because I won't have
Yeah.
any other choice. And so I went. I went and hung out with some friends in California. My ex partner in California. He took me to a AA meeting and like um, this gay AA meeting in Hollywood, California, on Saturday
Mm.
night. It was the Saturday before um, um, Valentine's Day in
Huh.
in 1986, and I was stunned at the stories that people were sharing. And they were sharing
Mhm.
remarkably painful stories, but laughing, and they were like
Mhm.
they were alive. And I was like, I can live here. I can live among these people, and they were all very welcoming. I was a brand new face, and I was like, they were all very
Right.
welcoming, and I felt instantly at home. So I came
Right.
back from my vacation, and I was like, I'm moving there, and I don't know
Wow.
how I'm gonna get there, but you know, I'm. I was running away from something as much as I was running to something, and I'm grateful
Mhm.
for it because it really did change my life. I think I was privileged and blessed to be able to have a new life and the opportunity to create a new life.
I had
Yeah, I would have had
person,
that if I had stayed.
yeah, I had a person tell me I was the most important person there when I went to my first AA meeting. So whenever there's a brand new person, I tell them that too.
Yeah.
Because it's true. The newcomers are the lifeblood. I remember loaning my car to my poor dad, my poor sweet dad, and him turning sharp turns with my big Chevy Impala and all the beer cans coming from underneath those big seats. Do you remember those? Remember that big car? It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
It's a special kind of music.
Yeah. Yeah, clink clang,
Clink, 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 clink.
Flats, cream ale, whatever, cream ale, express or something, I don't know. Get the Platts every day. Hey, I wanted
Yeah.
to ask you, too, how is the clinic? I was telling Wendy about the clinic during the break. Where are
Oh.
we at? This is amazing.
We
We
just finished the
survived.
3rd floor, I think. They just they went away for 3 days and 4 days worked from home and came back, and like the whole 3rd floor looks like it's almost all done. So they're starting to work on the 4th floor, I think, here next week, and yeah, it's kind of exciting. We're in a mad rush to get like the whole thing done before the first snow flies, which is going to
Yeah.
probably be any time now within the next 3 weeks possibly. So if we
Sure.
can get a floor done a week, then we'll be okay. But then we'll be working on the internal part of the building, right? Like doing all the framing and all that stuff for the housing component, which I'm super excited about. People are getting excited about the housing, and they're asking us like, when are you going to start,
Mhm.
taking names for the housing? And so we're in the process of doing all those things, and the clinic will also start working on the internal, building out the internal clinic spaces. And it's remarkable to come to work, and it's right there in the parking lot, so I see it every single day. I walk past it, and it's just a really wonderful experience to see it come to life. It's like thing we've been working on for years now, 4 years,
Yes.
5
Yes.
years. So it's
So
pretty remarkable to see it happen.
make sure your office has a little closet so you can meditate, a little meditation room. I've run
Yeah.
into those. It's very, very cool where you can just,
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a space for
wow.
all of our staff to like a quiet space for them to go to, like
Yes,
a
yes,
self-care room where they can meditate and they can pray and get some quiet time. Um,
yes.
Ironically enough, I'm not going to have an office in that building. So,
Huh.
um,
That's irony. So you won't be locked down. You
well,
can work from home too. Oh, wow.
no, not even just that. It's like we're trying to use all of the space intentionally, and like we're also really conscientious of we have to share space, right? Leadership
I
doesn't
mean,
mean an office in a corner office with a big old window. Leadership
Yeah.
means you have to give opportunity, you got to give space, and my job is not to sit in the corner office of a building. My job is to be
yeah,
out and about with the clinic, in the community, working with partners. My job is to sort of like have an understanding of like what the community needs. So I got to be outside, and I got to be working with our
Yeah.
partners, and I got to be in the clinic, moving around, talking to staff, and spending time with them. So,
that's
yeah.
awesome. Wendy, you were in a wide open office when you
Yeah,
were
we had
at
a
the
shared collaboration space where nobody had their own desk, but it's so funny. It's like human nature. Everybody sat at the same desk every day. It's just human nature. It just
Yeah.
happens that way. Yeah.
I love it. That's how I work now. I share an office with 3 other people. We
Yeah.
have
That's awesome.
great conversations. We laugh. We do a lot of collaborative work together.
That's
It's one of
perfect.
the ways
Hey,
I love to work.
we're here with Dr. Stately and Wendy Pilot, and this is Native Roots Radio. We'll be right back after this short break.
Stay with us.
Oh, wow.
Are you a Metro Transit rider? Join the free Riders Club and let your voice be heard. Our motto is Transit Voices United, and when you become a member, you'll participate more closely in decision-making, plus earn the opportunity for exclusive merchandise at Metro Transit events. Help improve your transit system. We value your opinion. Join at metrotransit.org/Riders Club and start being rewarded today. That's the Riders Club at metrotransit.org/Riders Club.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
A reminder to anyone who rides Metro buses. That means the A, B, C, D, gold, orange, or red lines. Remember to pay your fare before you get on. Either buy a ticket at your station's ticket machine, tap your go-to card or pass to the reader at the station, or activate a ticket on the Metro Transit app. Have your proof of payment ready to show to trip agents if asked or risk getting a citation. Thank you for your continued riding with Metro Transit.
All My Relations Arts presents Matrilineal Memory by hobby artist Michaela Schaefer. This powerful exhibition blends painting, poetry, and installations, inviting reflections on memory, culture, and healing. Join us for the opening reception Thursday, October 16th, 6 to 8 p.m. at All My Relations Arts on Franklin Avenue in Minneapolis. Matrilineal Memory runs October 16th through December 13th. Experience the unveiling of an exhibition that speaks to the heart. Learn more at allmyrelationsarts.org.
I'm Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, and I want to be your next United States Senator, and you are listening to Native Roots Radio.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
In this portion of the show, we'd like to bring awareness to our United States and Canadian wolves and bears. Say no to the hunts.
Let's go get some picnic baskets. Oh, isn't that what a bear says? No.
That's what Yogi says.
Yeah. Hey, boo-boo. Hey, boo-boo, let's go get some picnic baskets. That's it for my impressions. Hey, we're here with Dr. Stately and Wendy Pilot, and kind of reminiscing about the bad old days of pre-recovery, and also how great this clinic's going to be on Franklin Avenue. And it's interesting, Dr. Stately, I was thinking too when you were talking earlier, how much Franklin Avenue's changed since you left, and there was
85.
bars and things like that back in the day.
Yeah, I was like on a panel this last week. Hennepin County had an opioid sort of like community listening session. And I was on that panel because we're a Hennepin County contracted organization providing opiate use disorder prevention and intervention services in the community. And one of the questions they were asking was to talk about, what they see different. And I talked about how when I was 23, I went away and the avenue looked very different. And when I came back in 2009, when my sons were just 2 years old and I was moving back to the community because I had to come home because I couldn't raise twin boys on a professor's salary. That was quite crazy. And so we came back, and I remember the first time I came to Minneapolis after moving back and just driving down the avenue and how different it was. When I lived here, there were like 5 bars within the 3-block radius, right, of one another. And, I had little chairs that were mine.
With your name on it.
Probably with my name on it or something on it. But my little resting spots, and the Indian Center looked different, and the whole entire avenue looked different at that point. And I came back and how different it was, and there were 2 things that really stood out to me, and I said this in that specific community listening session. I said, I was surprised at how differently the avenue was. I said, and where I'm at today is like I'm disheartened, and I'm a little unsettled by like the conditions that our community is in now, because the things that my mother's generation and the generation before them fought for and worked hard to do to dismantle, to get rid of those bars and chase them all out, and to get like, you know, and to create all these organizations and those kinds of things. What was really like quite remarkable. And one of the things I said in that thing was, I said, because the commissioners or some of the people from Hennepin County were like, well, what would you tell the county to do? Like, you know, how can we help you? And I said, well, what I'll tell you is like some of the things we talked about on this panel today are the programs and the things that we're doing with the resources you gave us are quite remarkable. We're like, you know, IPTF talked about how, you know, the things that they've been doing with the Keep the Fire Alive program, the internships they do with young people 16, 17, 18, all the way up to 24, getting them internships in local community organizations where they can learn about their community, they can feel connected, they can feel like they have a role that's important, that contributes to like their community, how important that is to building their identity and their sense of self and their sense of belonging. That's the antidote to sort of addiction, right? Is like
Mhm.
helping them to understand like they have a place, they belong. That's one of the most important things. And of course, the work that NAC is doing in sort of some of the harm reduction and workforce development areas. And I said, what you could do is you could give us the money and get the hell out of our way and let us do what we know works, because we've been taking care of ourselves and building community since the beginning of time. I said, and I wanted to remind everybody in this room that some of the biggest things that have ever happened in Indian country, from any education to the freedom of the freedom of
Religion.
medicines or our religion, the Indian Child Welfare Act, some of those things that happened that became national movements started here. American Indian movement started here within a group of Native women, some of those my relatives that were just had enough about oppression and racism and the harm that it was causing our young men. So like we have everything it takes to take care of our community in our DNA, in our blood, in our blood memory. We can do this. And what you need to do is give us the resources to do the things that we know work and get out of our
Mhm.
way. And giving us the resources is important because we're in the situation that we're in with the scale of the opioid crisis and with the scale of houselessness and all these things, because
Mhm.
you have not just lacked making investments in the communities for the last 40 or 50 years, you've actually extracted resources
Right.
from the community. And so we're in the conditions we are in because of the way that you've treated us.
Yeah, amen to that. Gosh, we're really lucky to have one Dr. Stately on our show, Wendy, but
Absolutely.
also talking that way in the community. And it's really interesting. Wendy's been out of well, she hasn't been working in 5 years, right, Wendy?
I haven't been
But
working in
we've heard
5 years.
about Dr. Stately through all these different venues that, you know, that you're well known. And so we're really
Mhm.
blessed to have you on here. And the community clinics really blessed to have your leadership. So I just wanted to say
Oh, thank
that,
you. I appreciate that.
it's amazing, amazing what you just said there.
It really
Oh,
is.
thank
Really.
you. That was the Elaine Stately and me that came out in that conversation.
Oh, very
You
nice.
know, I am the man that my mother made. So,
Mhm.
you know, I don't take any credit for that. So,
That's I don't know,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
You know, with all these babies around and your new babies born and the families, I worry because of the people who are not getting measles vaccines or even
Yeah.
the flu shot. I mean, these babies are so vulnerable and their immune systems are not established yet. And I just want everybody to get their vaccinations if they're going to be around these young, vulnerable babies.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm like, you know, one of the goals for NAC is to increase the vaccination rates in our community.
It's great.
It's going to be a challenge given some of the conditions that we're sort of living under right now with all the cuts to
Right.
Medicaid and that
Sure.
wackadoodle and at the
Yes.
in healthcare and human services. It's just like,
Mm.
you know, the confusion that they cause by like no
Right.
vaccines or these vaccines, like you
The
know,
age.
just yeah,
Mm.
it's actually absolutely crazy making. And like by taking it off the schedule, by taking a vaccine off the schedule and saying it's not critically important. What you basically do is you give Medicaid and insurance companies the authorization to not have to cover it, right?
Exactly.
So what's going to happen for poor people, like in our community, and poor people who are so many of my members of my family are way below 200% poverty level and below. Those people will struggle to try and get their children covered by vaccines and have the protections of those things. Whereas, like, if you're wealthy and you're white and privileged or live in other areas and you have private insurance or you have the capacity to pay for those things, you'll be okay. You and your family will be okay.
Mhm.
And that is like the problem with these conditions that are
Yes.
happening,
Yes.
where people just don't realize. And sadly, a huge number of the people that live in the Dust Bowl and the
Yeah.
the Sun Belt, those people are poor white people who are also going to suffer, and they're
Absolutely.
going to really regret the fact that they elected that man president, because he is not keeping
Yes.
any of his promises.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Dr. Staley, I just want, and Wendy, I want to thank for the reunion show. We got the band back together, and Wendy,
Oh, what?
yeah,
Oh,
Dr.
what?
Stately.
We're
Yeah.
just like we're just like, I don't know which band, American band.
The Beatles? No. Hey,
Well, which one would you be?
I'd
You'd
be
be the one that can't sing. You'd be the one that drums, probably.
well, he's good.
Ringo.
Ringo can sing. Hey,
He
thanks,
had like
Dr.
2
Staley.
hits, please. Come on. He had 2 hits.
And one of them's a pedophile hit. Would you still leave me when I'm 64? No. Hey, thanks, Dr. Stately. We'll see you soon.
Big up, man.
The Minneapolis Police Department is hiring, and we're looking for people ready to lead, serve, and reflect the communities we protect.
Whether